righteous.
Hiya, I'm Hallie Labont, and this is Mega, coming to you from Twin Hills Community Church, where every single week we're giving our mega church a tiny family feel. We love to introduce you to members of our church staff, people from our community. Ooh, we always find it to be a treat and a treasure. And per usual, I'm joined by my co-host. He's the youth pastor for our high school ministry called Climax. Please welcome Gray Haas.
Jesus doesn't lie because he's my guy, Hallie. How are you?
Too blessed to be stressed and too anointed to be disappointed. Well, just like Methuselah was the oldest person in the Bible, our guest today is the newest member, but oldest member of our congregation. Please put your hands together for Allison Reese, also known as Nana. Welcome to the program. How you feeling today, Nana?
Hey there, baby. How you doing? Hold on. Get down from
Oh.
Sorry, baby. There's one of my grandkids is over, and he tried to follow the cat on top of the fridge. You know how it is, girl.
Hey.
Well, thank you so much
He
for...
tried to follow the cat on top of the fridge?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you know these little babies, they get into these phases where they're like, I want to be a cat, I'm a cat, and then they try to emulate your cat.
I see.
Yep.
I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Did he get up there on top of the
was-
fridge? That's dangerous.
was the
Yeah,
cat on the
he
fridge?
wasn't-
And then
Sorry about that. Yeah, the cat, well, I let the cat do what it wants because he's me. And
Oh.
the baby, I don't let do what he wants because that's a baby. But the baby be trying to climb on the fridge. And he actually, one day, he went up on the little cat. I got these things installed for the cat to climb on the wall. And the baby was up there. And I said, "Better get down."
Wow, that's a dexterous baby.
How
It's
old
gonna be
is
a
the-
mountain
Yeah.
climber.
this is the baby. Do
Baby,
you
I
just
mean-
take care of the is the baby's name Baby, and do you take care of the baby?
Nah, baby's name ain't Baby. I call him Baby. And he's 4 years old right now.
Oh,
But
so
he's
more of
been
a
1,
child.
2, and 3. Yeah, he's the baby.
The baby of the family.
Yeah, no, he's a baby. Yeah, and
Oh,
I'm
wow,
the
well,
nana.
That's
Okay.
right.
Well, Nana,
Oh.
it is so nice to have you, the baby, the cat,
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess.
thank
And
you for
well,
having
I
me,
just want to
baby.
jump in and say, tell us a little bit about how you found your way to Twin Hills Community Church. We spotted you in the line of new members on our new members weekend, and Hallie and I both said, "Wow, that is one of the oldest people I've seen at Twin Hills." So tell us a little bit about how you came to be a new member at Twin Hills.
Right. Well, I've been living in a leisure world. You know
Oh.
the old people apartment. I've been living at Leisure World, and I
Oh,
told
the assisted
myself
living
it's
community.
well, I don't need assistance, but it's there if I want it. I was living there, and it was, one too many STIs. I said something got to change. So,
Okay, and now you're living with your daughter, is that right?
yeah. So now I'm living with her. Thankfully, because she's there, she a real boner killer. So nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean to say all that on this. I forget where I am sometime. But yeah, she's been keeping me, I guess, holy in
Yeah.
line. And I've been going to your church with her, and I like it. It's good. That's a good church.
That's fantastic. Well, we were thrilled that your daughter brought you, and that we saw you standing up there in new membership. And we just wanted to personally say we're so glad you're here. And nothing is more important to the heart of God than the family unit, and the fact that we have this intergenerational new family unit here at Twin Hills. We're just thrilled to have you.
Absolutely. Well, first off, you're welcome. Second, thank you. Yeah, it's been nice. We've been going to all the little church events, and I like that the kids, because when I was growing up, I mean, I'm old, right? So when I was
Right.
growing up, all there was to do was get in trouble. So I'm glad that these kids have a distraction at the climax, and yeah, I think that's nice.
So how many grandchildren do you have, Nana? Are you
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I do think I see is that the baby there doing
Right
back
behind
right
you.
behind you?
Yeah, that's Isaac. He's the baby. He be doing push-ups sometimes.
Oh,
If you
wow.
gotta
He's a
do
very
it, get off your knees.
Dropping the knees
Yeah.
down, huh?
You can't. I tell these kids, if you're gonna do, you gotta commit, right? My daddy, he was in the Air Force. We made our bed every day. So if you're gonna
really.
do push-ups, you better not be on the knees. Why you doing half?
Exactly. I mean, I love to work out, and I've said there's never an age that is too young to start doing push-ups. And I love how the baby is doing the push-ups there, and he's not doing push-ups on his knees, and he's doing the clap at the top. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, he's getting there. We make fun of him
Oh,
because
why?
he's not there yet, but because he's not there yet. I feel like sometimes different kids need different things to push them. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, Nana, I feel like you're from the greatest generation. And a lot of times people from your
Yeah.
generation have tough love. You give tough love to your kids and grandkids. You come from a generation where, kids need to respect authority and respect their elders.
Absolutely. And that's what I tell these kids. And you know who else respected their elder? Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
that's
I'm so glad
awesome.
And
Jesus
his
has
elder, that
entered.
was God, yeah.
ultimate elder.
Yeah. I be trying to tell these kids. You know.
I think kids need to hear from people like you who, have a little bit
Yeah.
of discipline. And you come from a time when people would give their children home training and good manners and teach them how to say ma'am and sir and, send a thank you card when you get a gift from someone. Guys, I feel like kids nowadays, they just have no manners.
They have no manners, and I tell them all the time, children should be seen and not heard. So shut up. I tell them you be quiet, and if you can help it, go away.
You know what? As a mom, I agree with you because I just need a moment of quiet from time to time so my brain can work.
Yes, girl, and it's important when you being a mother, you gotta really make sure you're taking care of yourself. Sometimes you just gotta leave the kids at home, open up a can of tuna fish and say, hey, I need a minute. And sometimes that minute's 4 days.
Yeah, a can of tuna fish sounds delicious, frankly. How do you make your tuna fish? Do you put like a hard-boiled egg in there? Do you do the pickled juice? How do you do your tuna?
Pickles? I put pickles
Yes.
in. Is that something people do?
People put relish in tuna and mayo and
That's
hard-boiled eggs.
wow. That sounds awful. I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds real bad. That sound like, I'll be honest, that's some white people stuff. I feel like that and like a green bean casserole. But that's okay. We all from different walks of life, right? Jesus
I
didn't hate.
love a green bean casserole. Oh, with those
Yeah, I
crunchy
thought you
French
would.
onions on top and a mushroom soup just poured over a bunch of green beans and add in the crunch. I didn't know it was white people food, but I'm here to say
Yeah.
it's delicious.
Let me ask you something, Hallie. Do you like Josh Groban?
Wait, you froze. Did you ask?
You froze. Will you
did
say
you
that
ask-
again?
Let me ask you something here. Do you like Josh Groban?
Oh, I think he has a gorgeous voice. He sounds like Michael Bublé. He is so good. He is like, he's a belter. He belts it out. He's like
cool looking.
He's like the
And
male
he dresses
equivalent
cool.
of Adele. It's like
He
if
could sing
Adele and Aretha Franklin
could
were
sing
a
anything.
little white boy. Oh, he's
I've heard
Wow.
black people like Josh Groban because they say, Josh Groban is one of the only white people who can sing black music.
Is that right?
That's what I've heard.
I
All my
mean,
black friends say, or
that's
one of my
weird.
black
Yeah,
friends say,
okay.
or a
You
black
one black friend.
friend. Well, I did have
Which-
a black friend. He moved away.
Oh yeah,
But
and now he don't talk
yeah.
to you. All right, yeah.
But
Okay.
So yeah, Josh Groban, we like him.
Yeah, I thought you might. I just wanted to make sure. I thought you might like Josh Groban and you prefer 7 Up over Sprite, stuff like that.
Right.
Ah.
Well, Nana, I did
Yeah.
want to say, tell us a little bit about your background. I mean, you've lived such a life at this
Yeah.
point. What did you do before you ended up here at Twin Hills?
Yeah. Oh, God. I did so many things. For a while, I was a mom. And while I was a mom, I was, figuring out life. I was lost. That's what I say. I was a little lost. I was
Really?
lost, and I had to find myself. I was doing all sorts of drinking, drugs, all of that
Oh.
stuff. And,
Oh,
Oh,
I later, it was, a lot of, CBD, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh.
I became a substitute teacher, and that's kind of how I started dealing. And then, one thing led to another. I stopped being a substitute teacher, and I just kind of, started working at Mervin's, and then that went to hell
Oh,
because Mervin's
Oh.
that's gone now. Yeah.
yeah. What
But
was
yeah, I've done a
Mervin's?
lot of. You don't know what?
What was a Mervin's?
Yeah, okay, Mervin's. All right, y'all know Coles. Do you like Coles?
Love a Coles. Love it.
I would never step
Yeah.
in one, but
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. It's like a Coles. It's a department store from, I think, the 90s on the West
Oh, nice.
Coast.
And did you work retail there? Were you working a cash register? Were you in the back in inventory? Maybe a greeter by the door? What did you do?
Yeah, Mervin's, they didn't have no greeter. I was, cash register, customer service. Well, I was customer service, and then I got into a fight with a lady, and then they said, we can't have you with the customers. So then I became doing inventory, which was nice, because then I didn't have any stupid people bothering me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
But that's...
Wow.
Well, I was just going to say that the back room in Mervin's is where I first found God.
Oh,
wow, I would love to hear this story.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
moves in
any
mysterious
time
ways.
somebody gives their testimony, I just get so
Yeah,
just
baby.
excited.
Yeah. All right. So here's how I found God. I was in the back room at Mervin's, right? And I was, folding up some Dickies pants. Have you ever worn Dickies pants?
No, they're a bit stiff. Every time I try them on, well, I
Yeah.
kind of would like, but just the stiffness of the fabric, I have trouble with the stiffness.
My daughter with the
And-
bowl cuts always asking me for some Dickie overalls.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got a daughter with a bowl cut?
Yeah, she actually put a brimless ball cap on her head and then shaved everything that wasn't under the ball cap.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be fun for y'all later, I think.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, I've been around a minute and I know a thing or two about it. I think that's nice.
Oh,
I think
thank
that's
you.
nice.
It's my daughter who wears big platform Doc Martens and keeps trying to dress like a boy.
Is that the one that drinks a lot of
Okay.
kombucha?
Yeah.
She drinks kombucha too? All right. You know what? Hey, good for her. That's nice. You know what? Yeah. I've known a couple girls like that before. Yeah.
And do they
Good
turn
luck.
out all right?
They turn out so gay, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to put that on the top of my prayer list.
Yeah,
All
I don't
right.
think one of Hallie's daughters would possibly be gay.
Yeah, because both of
Oh,
her
I'm
parents are
so-
both straight.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I meant to say okay. That's my bad.
Oh, she's
They
going to be
turned out
okay. Thank
okay.
you, Nana.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hearing
your
from
kid's
an
not
elder
gay at
member
all.
of our... Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's so good to hear from an elder.
So there you were in the stock room, folding some Dickies, and that is where you
Yeah.
found Jesus.
Yeah. So you know how they stiff. I was folding these Dickies and it wasn't stiff. The creases looked like Jesus.
Oh,
And I thought
Creases like
that's
Jesus?
Creases
Yeah.
like Jesus.
Oh, man.
Wow.
oh
Wow. This is
Does
like
one of you
when
play
Mary
guitar?
appears to Catholics. Jesus is appearing to in Creases.
I actually play bass guitar, which is great because you don't even really need to know how to play guitar to play bass guitar, which is awesome. But I love to
Yeah.
wear it around. Yeah.
I feel like Jesus in the Greases, you can have that for a
That
song.
is so you saw Jesus in the Creases
Yeah.
and did you hit your nieces and say, "Oh, pleases"?
Wow. Okay, we got a Dr. Susan in the house. Wow. Hey, did y'all hear that? Wow. Get that Roman Reigns. Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh. The baby's
Sorry,
back
the
on the fridge.
Baby is back up
The
on
baby,
the fridge.
you know, it's one of those things, when the kids get, the younger they are, the less rules they understand. You know what I mean? In the order of the babies.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you have to change Isaac's name to Zacchaeus. He keeps going up like in a tree.
What? I don't know what that means, girl. But yeah.
So you
Yeah.
found Jesus in the Creases, and sorry, I was just doing a little. I sometimes lyrics kind of come to me like that. But how did your life change after you found Jesus in the Creases?
Well, at first I was like, okay, whatever. But then every day there was a new Jesus in the Creases. And it wasn't
Oh.
even just the Dickies. It was the Levi's, all the pants. All the
Wow.
pants. The ones with the big old pockets. You know what they had, the big pockets, and it was like 5 big pockets on one leg, but it's shorts.
Yeah.
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 There was Jesus all over that, yeah.
Wow. More pockets,
I
more
know,
Jesus.
yeah. More pockets.
Wow.
Well, that's what I said, girl. Yeah.
Wow.
And so then I
This
said,
is-
all right, I'ma pray.
Well, and what do you remember that first prayer that you said?
Yeah, I said, all right, God, if you're real, give me a sign. And then my car caught fire, and I said, okay.
Oh my word! I mean,
Yeah.
and were you okay? Were you in the car when it caught fire?
I was trapped in there, and then I was like, okay, I said another prayer, right? I said, okay, God, I get it, I know it. And then the door was able to unlock, and I got out of there.
Oh,
But wow.
amazing! What
That's proof that God is real.
It's
I had a
proof that
similar
God's
story
real.
growing up, Hallie, where I had an uncle Nevis who actually every time he opened a pudding cup, I know did you all have in Australia we have some pudding cups called Plunky's pudding.
No, we don't have that.
Every time he would open
Oh,
up a
wow.
Plunky's pudding, there would be a face of Jesus on it.
What?
And he really got his life back on track. But then what I guess they came to understand is that it was a certain type of bacteria in the Plunky's pudding would cause kind of something to happen that just kind of the form of the bacteria looked like the face of Jesus. And he had been eating, really highly toxic bacteria for several years after that, and it rotted his brain. For a moment, I understood. It was so exciting because he would open up a pudding and he would say,
Uh-oh.
Jesus in the Plunkies, and then we'd all run around and he would eat it in front of us. He wouldn't share it, but he would, we'd all say a prayer or whatever.
Wow. That's crazy. That's, you know what? This was an all the time thing.
Really,
Was
the Jesus Creases.
Oh, I meant the Plunkies. He was just always eating them.
He was always eating. Yeah, he was on kind of a strict pudding diet for several years. I mean, he looks like a man made out of yellow pudding.
Wow.
That's really gross. Yeah.
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 Well, I did want
It
to.
sounds like a Simpson. Like the Simpsons are yellow.
Right, and
Oh, I can't watch that.
Yeah, sad. It just doesn't honor God.
Oh, well, yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, why do you not watch it?
I don't like the blue hair lady. She freaks me out. I get scared of her. I'm
Have
scared
you
of her.
found,
Yeah.
have you found at Twin Hills, because I would say for someone of your age,
Right.
it's got to be pretty shocking to go into a church that has such amazing programming, that has such
Right.
amazing support groups for people in their older years. Have you met some friends? Have you
Yeah.
really found community here?
You know what? I have. I went to the older folks meetup that they have. We did like a Bible study, and there was a lot of really lovely folks. There was one lady there who was like, "I'm the oldest here," and I was like, "No, you're not."
Oh, yes. Was
And
this
you
the
know,
Ashes to Ashes ministry?
it must have been. That must have been it. It must have been it. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Yeah, I'm so glad you found those people. But yeah, you must be there because you're in your 80s, I think, isn't that right?
Yeah, I am 80 years old. I was
Oh.
81, or as I like to say, 80 fun.
Yes.
80
Yeah.
fun. That is so
But now I'm not.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, you look
Yeah.
fantastic, and you're so spunky, Nana, and you're
Oh,
you're a
wow.
bundle of
Yeah.
energy and of authority
Ah.
and laughs, and I'm just so glad you found your way to Twin Hills. I'm sure as an over 80-year-old, you must have walked in the door and
Yeah.
said, "This is church," because we got a food court with a Chick-fil-A, we've got Jesus-shaped donut hole, window. We've got
Yeah.
so many amenities, and plus in service we've got strobe lights, and we've got things coming down out of the flies, and we've got this world-class incredible worship band and all of that. I mean, I bet when you grew up, church was a lot more boring.
Yeah, it was way boring. I mean, I also, growing up, not so much in the church, but, around the churches, and they sucked. Yeah, this one is nice because it's like capitalism for God. And I think that that's beautiful. I think, I feel like God capitalism isn't revered enough. And I
Mhm.
think that y'all do a good job of that. I showed up, I said, "Is this a mall? Am I at a concert?" And whatever it was, I was like, I feel safe.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of people, I feel like now you have all these young people that are like really talking trash about capitalism. And I'm like, guys, capitalism is what built a place like Twin Hills. God gave us capitalism because he knew it was the best way.
Absolutely. They say there's no such thing as rejection, only divine protection. And I feel that way about money. There's no such thing as you being poor.
That.
You
I
suck.
love
If you're
that.
poor, that's
I mean,
what that means.
I feel like if
suck, God ain't on your side then. You got to get God on your side, you become rich. You know what I mean?
Yes, the prayer of Jabez. I mean, if we didn't have money, then what would we send to the foreign missionaries? You know what I mean? God clearly wants us to have
Amen.
money or capital. Capital is money.
Amen.
I feel like we can use our money, spend them on great Christian organizations like a Chick-fil-A, a Hobby Lobby, things like that. We can use our Christian dollars to support people.
Yeah, I love Chick-fil-A.
It's good.
I love
Oh,
that
do
place.
you?
I think that I like what they do with their money. I think that that's good. I think they're nice. Yeah.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
good chicken and good dipping sauces. Really good dipping sauces. And I like that they put a pickle on the chicken sandwich. But,
Oh, yeah.
you had issue with pickle being in your tuna. Do you not like pickle on your chicken?
No. I had to think about it for. I don't know if I don't really go to Chick-fil-A for the chicken. Actually,
Oh, really?
I
What do
find
you go there
I
for?
find their chicken, for hanging out. I feel like it's a cool place that people go to. I feel like a lot of guys who drive trucks go through there, and I
That
think
is
that's where I want to
That
be.
is
Are we
great.
frozen? That is awesome. And I'll tell you what, Nana, while we have you here, I just wanted to take advantage of all
Yeah.
the wisdom that you bring from being an older member of the community. And I was wondering if there are any lessons you learned as a child or things that, you have that you can teach us that have fallen out of modern day, parenting or child rearing or, just like cultural expectations of people. Are there any nuggets of wisdom you can bring from the past?
Oh yeah, absolutely. One thing I would say for kids these days is, you gotta first off, you gotta start your day right, right? For
Mm.
the way you start your day is how the rest of the day gonna be. The way you do one thing's how you do everything, right? And you gotta
Oh.
be respectful to people even when they're awful. And
Oh.
there's a thing, I forget the whole thing, but it's like when you're kind to somebody who sucks, it's like you're putting hot coals on their head. So just focus on when you're nice to them. Don't worry about being nice. You're being nice because you want to get hot coals on their head because they're an asshole. You know what I mean? That's what you got to focus on. Oh, I'm sorry, I
Killing them with
cussed again.
kindness.
Oh, that's it's okay. For some
Yeah,
reason, when you get to be a certain age, we as a society sort of collectively agree that you can, I guess, say whatever you want, and
yeah,
I think that's okay. I would ask, when you're this old, and what do you look
yeah. I'm
forward to?
old.
Because I'm sometimes I'm like I'm young, and when you're young, you have so much to look forward
Yeah,
to. You're so active, and
right.
I'm just so positive. But like once you hit a certain age, do you have anything that you're looking forward to, or is it or what?
Or am I just staring death down the throat, saying, when you gonna swallow me up? Is that what you're asking me? How
I
much
mean,
I think about how I'm about to die because I'm so old? Because I'm old and I am cussing? Yeah, so what I look forward to? The usual. I like sleeping, but then I go,
oh,
don't look too much forward to that because then that's just dead, right?
ah,
So, yeah, what do I look forward to? Man. Yeah, I would have to say death is probably, yeah. I'm
are you?
interested. I'm curious. I mean, I ain't gonna rush it, but I'm like, what's gonna happen there? What's that gonna be? You know what I mean? Will I even be
Yeah.
aware it's happening? Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the Bible tells us that you're going to go straight to heaven. And when you get to heaven, you're going to have a perfect body with no pain. You're going to be able to eat anything
Right.
you want and never get gas. You'll be able to like have all these skills, whatever you want to do. Do you want to be a concert
Well,
pianist? Do you want to be a cliff diver? You can do it all.
yeah, you know what I want when I get to heaven? I want a body like Thanos.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want I want to be ripped and bald and just kind of look like, what is that, Josh Brolin? A lot of good
oh, Josh
Joshes
Groban.
out
Josh
there.
Groban.
No, no, no. Josh Brolin.
Oh, I don't know who that
Oh,
Is
is.
that
Josh
is that
Brolin.
him? I
I
don't
just
know. Whoever or no. Oh man, he was in the motorcycle show. Sons
oh,
of
Josh Groban.
Anarchy. I don't
Josh
know.
Groban, I think.
Yeah, Josh. No, no, no. It ain't Josh Groban. It wasn't Josh Brolin either. Now that I think about it, Perlman, Ron Perlman. That's who that was. Rhea Perlman's
Oh.
dad. Yeah.
Oh.